Hey there. Thought I would make a quick video under 10 minutes or so on how to create a podcast. During the pandemic, as most people were stuck at home, content creation went through the roof because people had nowhere to go and they had to be creative. A lot of people spend time posting, long things on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and everything, and they're looking for another outlet for their creative content or their idea or their voice. A podcast is a great way to do that, whether it's an audio podcast or a video set of videos like what I'm doing. You see a lot of different types of it. So I have an audio podcast. It's called The Beatnik Brother. Feel free to check it out. It's on all the major platforms. But before you get intimidated on how to start a podcast, it's a whole lot easier than what you think. And I'm going to try to walk you through what makes it easier. Step number one, there's a website, Anchor, Anchor.fm. Anchor.fm is completely free. So Anchor has a lot of things that a newbie or even an experienced caster can take advantage of. Number one, it's free. And it has an app you can download to your phone, Samsung or iPhone, or you can use your laptop or desktop. So it has that level of flexibility. Number two, when you save your podcast to Anchor, Anchor is owned by Spotify. Anchor will automatically distribute your podcast to the Apple Podcast, to Google Podcast, to Spotify Podcast, to Pocket Cast, to Castbox, to I think it's about 7 or 8 different podcasting services, completely free. Once you record and set it up, then the distribution happens in about 3 days and you'll be on all of those platforms. So you could say you are a published author, so to speak. So that's a great thing about Anchor in that sense. What I found is I've recorded podcasts using my laptop, where you see my trusty Bluetooth Snowball. I plugged the Bluetooth Snowball directly into my laptop, opened the Anchor.fm app, go to my channel, record, finish that, clean it up, and send it on its way. I've also used my phone and my simple wired connection plugged into my phone, open the Anchor FM app, start recording, add my intro and outro music, hit upload or publish, and away you go. What's great about that is that shields all the complexity that you have from behind the scenes. And I'm an unpaid spokesperson, but I found that Anchor works incredibly well. What it also allows you to do is there's a selection of artwork that you can pick from. You can upload your own, or you can pick from some of the artwork that they provide. They also have a list of some music that you can add. So since Anchor is owned by Spotify, you can pull music from Spotify without fear of violating content creator digital rights. So I know that's a thorny issue. But if you decide to use music from Spotify, since they own Anchor, they will vet that music out and let you use it. You can also use intro music and outro. So there's some transition music that you can use, and it's as easy as recording your podcast, saving it to Anchor, adding an intro music, and selecting the same music at the end, and away you go. Simple and easy as pie, as they say. So that's a completely free, inexpensive method for you to get your podcast out there. Now that's what I started doing. Now let's say you want to go to the more advanced level. So what I did was I bought, at the recommendation of a friend, I bought this unit called a Zoom PodTrack P4. And what it allows me to do is, as you can see, it has an XLR, it has 4 XLR inputs. So I can plug 4 microphones in it, and I can have 4 people sitting around me, and we could all have our own mic and our own set of headphones, and we could record the podcast and go from there. But what I really like about the PodTrack and what I used it for during the pandemic is that it has a place where you can plug in a cell phone. So I was able to do podcasts simply by plugging my cell phone in, calling my friend, hitting a button, and my friend across the other side of the world on their talking on their phone and me on the PodTrack. We were able to communicate and set my podcast episode, and that makes it a whole lot easier than trying to worry about how do I travel to meet people. With this, if you can call them and plug it in, then it works. Now, I paid $199 plus tax here in West LA. I think I came out of it with like $230 for the PodTrack, and then the same friend that recommended that to me found this inexpensive. I think I paid $99 for this XLR mic and arm and cable from Amazon, and for whatever reason it doesn't seem to want to sit still. I paid $99 for that, and then I used my Turtle Beach headphones that I use for the Xbox, and I plug those into the PodTrack, and there we go. And you don't necessarily have to do things that way, but if you've got friends that are in other places, or you've got people that you want to host on your show, then the PodTrack P4 is a great way to go. It has a micro SD card, so when I use this unit, when I finish, I take the card out, stick it in a card reader, USB card reader, put it in the laptop, and then I upload it to Anchor from there. So there you go. Just two simple ways to get your voice out there that are completely free. The first of them is just download the Anchor app, name your podcast, start recording from your phone or laptop, get it distributed, and away you go. The next step would be, if you want to involve someone else in your podcast, is to get something like a PodTrack P4 or whatever else you can find. Call up your friends, get them in, and away you go. Doesn't have to be a lot of money. You don't have to spend a small fortune, but it's a great way to get your voice out there, be heard, and at the same time just have some fun and enjoy life. So hopefully this was of help to you. It's quick and easy, and good luck podcasting.